Alright guys, we picked up the Spirit Halloween 2023 animatronic Poor George. In today's video, we're going to build them, we're going to demo them, and we're also going to tell a story. And also guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Are we going to do this or what?
Alright, let's get this guy out of the box. You want to help flip it over, Mikey?
Yeah.
Alright, so here is his bloody torso. Nice and gruesome. This is like his little shoulder harness. You want this part, Mikey? You want to do something with that? Ugh. And then there's his two faces. I'll set that one on the ground for a second. Alright guys, let's go over the contents of the box. So of course we have some instructions here. We have a couple of these really cheap foam tubes. Probably should be replaced. You can go to Dollar Tree and get a couple of these. We'll see how it goes when we build it and see if that's necessary down the line. Here we got a mech. This right here appears to be probably like his shoulders. And Mikey, what do you think of these hands?
They're night crawlers.
Yes, they definitely look like Nightcrawler's hands, just kind of repurposed. We got poles. This right here is going to be his shoulders. Of course, we've already, when we first opened the box, we found like his bloody torso there, or bloody, where it was cut in half. This is adapter. We'll put this over here with his mech. We'll talk about his head a little bit later, but it is double-sided. I was on a trip when this actually came out, so I had no idea that he had two different faces. I thought he just flipped around and he had a backside. And of course, we had his outfit. And then right up on top of this box, this appears to be his base. So we ready to build a Mikey?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Of course we're ready. Born ready. Ready, steady.
All right, guys, looking at the instructions, we're going to start this off with steps 1 through 4. First, we're going to get his base together. We're going to add the hands. Looks like we're going to have the wiring in the back. Then we're going to put together his support poles to kind of hold him up. All right, so now we got the two hands on there. And like you were just saying, yeah, it looks like we're building the front end of Nightcrawler.
I messed up. I messed up bad.
All right, now we're gonna add the two kind of bent poles, or poles B. Make sure we get that snapped in. All right, he's starting to get nice and tall now.
Can't climb the tree, I'm not tall enough.
And now we're gonna add the two straight pieces. Mikey, you can take one. You're gonna do the same. Hopefully you can reach it over there.
No.
All right, next we are going to take care of steps 5, 6, 7, and 8. So first with step 5, we're gonna get those foam tubes that we have and we're gonna go down those posts. All right, now it's time to get these foam pieces on. Mikey's struggling a little bit. We're gonna give him a hand. There you go, you got it. Foam pieces on. All right, step 6, we're gonna get the shoulder forms, attach those, and we're gonna actually pull the wiring from the hands up to connect to those. All right, now we're gonna attach these shoulder forms to the top here. I believe the circle part's gonna go down. Just like that. Right, you got yours. Is mine done or no? All right, so he's getting kind of tall on this table, so you have to run this up and has to go into this little cord spot right here to where it kind of sticks up and it won't fall back down. So come around this way and it just cuts through here and then out the top. So just like that, that's perfect. So through both tubes and this out so it won't fall down. Yep. Next, number 7, we're going to put his sleeves on. We have to try to make it through.
Angle arm. Angle arm. Slowly but surely we're making it. I pull on this pole so it doesn't break.
It'll be fine. Sometimes you gotta. There you go. Perfect. And now here, I'm gonna pull this all the way the rest of the way. So there's no wire down here.
That's awesome.
All right, just to kind of show everybody where we're at, we've gotten to a point where we've put on the arms. We went ahead and pulled the wires all the way through so there's no wire hanging out by the hands. So you've got hands, just goes up through the sleeves. And then, like I said, those wires are connected. We got the sleeves on. Now we're going to add that mechanism. There you go. All right, I'll try to get your side.
I did it.
Good job. All right, we have made it to step 9, which is we're going to add the shoulder plate. Make it look like he's been in a gym a few days. Go. All right, guys, while building it, I just wanted to show you guys something. So if you look at this picture here, you can see that the mech is facing you as well as the hands. So when you look at ours when we're building it, see the hands are facing us. Well, you also notice the mech is facing the opposite direction. So by following the instructions, basically looking at the pictures, it actually had us connecting the wrong wires to the wrong side. So we actually had to flip our mech around. So definitely pay attention to the colors of the wires to make sure you're connecting, in this case, blue, red, and green to blue, red, and green. And one is wide and one is kind of skinny. So you'll notice that one won't connect right. So that'll just prevent you from probably having a headache of having to take it back apart and put it back together. All right, now this outfit just comes in half. So just take the Velcro loose and you're just gonna set it over top and you're gonna line it up. All right, so step 11, we're just gonna get him dressed. So what you do is you take his outfit and it's full of this Velcro up and down. Just basically it just comes open in half. So I've gone ahead and done that. We've put it over the top and we're lining it up. What I noticed was his IR sensor is actually on the black side. And in our case, like I said, in order for the colors to match up for his shoulders, the mech had to actually face the opposite direction of his hands. And I think I just realized we may just have his hands on backwards.
Why did it take so long? Why did I wait so long? Huh?
So we're probably gonna leave it as is and call it a day. But anyway, the IR system sensor will connect right here. And then from there, we're just gonna Velcro everything around it. You even have Velcro around this bloody part right here. All right, guys, and here we are right now. We've got everything except his head. Once we get his head, we will be pretty much ready to go. All right, guys, we got poor George all put together. Run into a couple of problems, but we'll kind of go through all those now. So first off, let's kind of look at him. I like his hair, and I didn't realize when I first saw videos for him, I didn't realize he had the 2 different color eyes. And I also didn't realize that he had a much more sinister face on one side. I thought one was the back of his head and one was the front of his head. So it was kind of cool to see that. Mikey also pointed out that these little pom-poms or balls on his shirt are orange on the kind of the nice side, the nicer side rather, and then they're black on the more evil and sinister side. So a couple of things if you want them to work right. You'll notice that the Velcro is lots of Velcro in here. There's actually one right here that's going to help them turn, making sure that's connected. But make sure you securely and evenly go all the way down. I also looked through on the opposite side to make sure the Velcro that you see on the inside here is level with the bottom. That keeps his outfit nice and tight. It's gonna be a little bit harder for him to spin if you don't do that. And one of the problems, of course, we mentioned in the video, we did notice we put his hands on backwards. So his hand should have went the other way. We said that we noticed in the imagery that the mech in the inside looked like it was wrong to the instruction, and well, it come to find out we just had done it backwards. So opposed to go change all the wiring and all that stuff, we just flipped his shirt around. There's plenty of leadway in his wire to get to his sensor, so we just kept it this way. I mean, we're gonna end up taking it apart at the end of the season anyway. So, well, we've got it built. Hopefully you get them right on the first time. And let's go ahead and do some demos. This is the story of poor George. George was a great circus clown. He always made kids laugh, the parents smile, and always kept the circus owners happy. When the circus would go on their winter break, George would continue to make a living as a street performer. Well, that was until one of the strangest things happened. One night while performing, George would be sliced in half by an out-of-control cable car. And even though George somehow survived his physical injuries, his mental state would be a whole nother story. Now, instead of jokes, he only stares down onlookers, just laughing maniacally. I wouldn't advise that you stick around until the end of his performance.
Don't forget to subscribe.